Hey friends, welcome back to your channel Stock Dr. RR. I'm sorry from bottom of my heart because last video I made that was almost 7 months back. I made few YouTube short videos. Last was in Jan 2026, if I'm not wrong. But I will try my level best to come often now here. It needs your support, your like, your share, your subscribe, so that we will grow the channel more. So today's video is basically about the market outlook. We are going to discuss about the technical levels of NASDAQ 100, Dow Jones, S&P 500, Russell 2000, and most important commodities gold, silver. We will discuss about crude oil and Bitcoin. So before we go ahead and start our analysis, in case you have not subscribed to our channel, I would share our channel details here. This is our channel Stock Dr. RR. Please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. So without wasting further time, let's go ahead and start our analysis. So this is the chart of NASDAQ 100. Now you can see the futures are already opened. Futures are down by almost 0.6% in NASDAQ 100. Futures opened few hours back, and after the opening, futures shown some upside, and but now again the 100 points it is down. So let me quickly show you the monthly chart of NASDAQ 100. Okay, so this is the monthly chart, and let me adjust it here. Okay, so you see here the monthly chart says that it is almost 5% down. Before that, it was down by 2.5% in the Feb. This weekly, monthly chart into weekly. Weekly, last few weeks, you can say that it was trying to fight between the buyers and sellers, and it created doji patterns, and then there was a downfall of 2%. And if we convert it into the day chart, you see that Friday closing was not that good. And after that, the Friday's closing was 2% down. And if I now unhide the chart, right, then you will see what is going to happen here. So this is the day chart, okay? And in this, if you can see here, it is a kind of inverted rounding bottom has created. This is the inverted rounding bottom, right? And the depth of the inverted rounding rounding top you can say here, and it is 8%. So I think if Nasdaq 100 stays below 24,500 continuously, then it is going to show the downside of almost 5 to 6% from here, which is this range. So the first target is around 24,100, where it is already there. The second is 23,770. Third is 23,525. And the fourth is 22,900. These are the four targets which I'm looking for in NASDAQ 100. If NASDAQ 100 start claiming about 24,500, which is this black line, then definitely it can try for the targets of 25,000, 25,200, 400, 660. These are the levels for the upside. But right now, looking at the current war situation, if it doesn't stop, I think there is a high possibility that there should be a fall of 2 to 5% in this index. And the levels which I have mentioned that can be used to see the fall. The second chart we want to see is Dow Jones. For the Dow Jones, if you see here, Dow Jones was trading in a very nice range. This is a nice channel you can see. Dow Jones was trading in this channel, right? And it was just, going in this channel nicely, going this way. And somehow now it has broken that. Okay. So let's see what it is trying to show. So I would just unhide the drawing first. I mean, hide the drawing. and then we will see. So this is the day chart. I would start with the monthly chart. The monthly chart itself is saying it has gone below 7%, and this month end is coming yet. Weekly chart is showing last 4 weeks non-stop downside. Day chart, you can see today it opened around 45,500, and then it's at 4,500, 700 right now. And if we turn on the levels, I can see that Dow Jones has important resistance around 47,300. If unless it doesn't stay and sustain above 43,000, 47,300, it would be a wise advice to not to be buyer in this index. I would say that uh, the first downside it has around 45,400. Second, it has 42,275, and third, it has 43,150. On the upside, if it stays above 47,300, the first target is 47,950, 48,575, 49,170. These are the three targets for the upside. Now we will go ahead and talk about S&P 500. Same pattern for the S&P 500, rounding top, right? And then breakdown. This is the rounding top and the breakdown here. So now for this chart also, we can say that it has the resistance around 6700. I would be buyer in this index only if it starts trading and sustaining above 6700, right? If it stays and sustain above 6700, then the upside targets are in the green line: 6750, 6815, 6875. If it stays below 6650, which it is already, first target is 6550, which it has already achieved. Second is 6490. Third is 6425. There might be possibility that, it can start going up again and come towards 6700, and, start creating the pattern like this. Then sometimes this is called as a inverted cup and handle, right? This is a cup, and this is the handle, right? And that time also, if it breaks from here, then the total downside would be this depth, and then this depth can be achieved by this target. So this is X and this is X. So this can be a high probability. So, we should be careful with that. Only there is one divergence is coming is the RSI. RSI is oversold category, right? There will be a possibility, there might be a possibility that the market index goes down fast on in coming sessions, right? And then RSI is completely oversold, and then immediately it starts bouncing from there, right? So that's why we need to take care of these levels. We need to write down these levels and monitor accordingly. The next index we have is Russell 2000. For Russell 2000, you can see Russell 2000. I would be bullish only and only if it stays above 2550. This is the only level. Once it starts trading and sustaining about 2550, I would be buyer in Russell 2000. Once it stays and sustain about 2550, first is 2589, second is 2631, third is 2675. Right now, it is trading around 2434. If it stays below 2551, the first target was 2508, which is achieved. Second is 2464. Third is 2425, which it is already here. If it stays and sustained below 2425, it can open the level for 2345 and then 2275. So these are all the levels for the downside. And remember, for Russell 2000 also the RSI is coming near oversold category, and it can change anytime soon. So the fall is going to happen very sudden, it looks like, and then after that there can be a consolidation or a sharp upside. This is what I see here. So this we talked about all the four indexes. Now we will quickly talk about crude oil first, and then we will talk about gold, silver, and the Bitcoin. Now I am seeing a very high correlation between the uh, indexes and the crude oil. I strongly believe that once crude oil starts at trading and sustaining above $100, right now it is trading near 99.85. It's almost near 100. If it trade and sustain above $100, right, high probability that it will go to the level of 103, 105.5, 108.5. And if the crude oil goes to these levels, then definitely you will see the 2 to 5% fall in the equity index, which is NASDAQ, Dow Jones, S&P 500, and Russell 2000. Once crude oil starts trading and sustaining below 95.50, this is the uh, second scenario. If it trade and sustain below 95.50, the first downside target is 94, 92.40, second is 90, and third is 87.75. If crude oil starts going down and hitting these levels, then you will see these indexes will be going up by 2 to 5%. So this is the exact correlation I am seeing here. If there is a upside in the crude oil, there is a downside in the equity index. If there is a downside in the crude oil, then there would be a upside in the equity index. This is what my analysis says. Now let's go ahead and talk about the gold. For the gold, you can see here, gold is showing a solid fall. It has broken its a very nice trend line, which you can see in a uh, dashed blue lines, right? It has a solid resistance at 4465. Unless it doesn't cross above 4465, I'm seeing that it can go towards the level of 4325, which it has already hit. The second is coming around 4245, uh, and the third is coming around 4115. These levels are highly possible. The changes, the changes in gold chart will be coming only and only it starts trading and sustaining above uh trading and sustaining above 4465. The first target is 4615, second is 4700, third is 4801, as I mentioned. Now let's talk about the silver. For the silver, just hold on here. For the silver now, silver has broken its very important support around $65, right? And now silver is heading towards the first target of 63.50, second target of $60, and third target of 57.85. Upside in the silver will be only once it start trading and sustaining above 71. I'm seeing that silver has uh, zone between 65 and 71, but now it has broken a 65. Then high probability that it can go to 62.50, 60.30, and 57.85. I would be buyer in silver once it starts trading above $71, but not before that. If I'm a conservative investor, if I want to catch the bottom and start adding the positions, then definitely in these all places I might add small position. So this was all about silver. If it's and again on the upside, if it starts trading above $71, then we can talk about 75, 78.50, and $82. All right, this was all about the silver. And then next and last we have is a Bitcoin. For Bitcoin, uh, my thesis is very simple. If it starts trading and sustaining above 72K, then and only then I would be buyer in the Bitcoin for the target of 78.8, 84.4, 90.5, and 93. On other side, if it starts trading and sustaining below 60, okay, if it starts trading and sustaining below 60K, then the downside is for 53.7, 94.6, and 42.7. So these are all the levels which I think one can watch for. And I hope you guys learned something out of today's video. We have to be very careful because there is a big uncertainty into the market because of the war happening. And if there is any good news comes, if the war stops or something like that, there will be a relief rally in the market, and that would be so fast. So, last but not least, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon. You will get the notification of all future videos. And do like, comment, share, and subscribe to this video. So I will get motivated to create new videos like the one which I created today. Till that, keep learning, keep earning. Bye bye.